Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our special coverage of the first Team Canada game at BC Place for the FIFA World Cup. There was a game, of course, last Saturday between Turkey and Australia, but this is the big one. This is Canada and Qatar, and they will start this game at 3 o'clock. It's the second game for Canada in this tournament. The first game we tied with Bosnia and Herzegovina 1-1. Fans are already making their way to the stadium. Some are marching from Olympic Village. We hope to catch up with them. Chris Galis is with them right now. But Sophie and Jay, they are about as close to BC Place Stadium as you can get without being roughed up by security. So let's go down to Sophie right now. Sophie.
Oh, what I wouldn't do to be inside. If only I'd been one of the lucky 54,000 people to get a ticket. Guys, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm down here at BC Place. This is where that march that you mentioned will end. We're told that they just stepped off from where Chris was over at Switchman Street. Pacific and Carroll is where we are, and in about a half-hour time, I'm going to estimate, we'll see a sea of humanity, red smoke, red jerseys. You already see tons of folks in red right now, including this guy. Look who I managed to run into.
Soph, 16 years ago, Canadians were down here for the gold medal hockey game. What we are experiencing today, what we'll experience next week, and what we'll experience if Canada makes it to the round of 32 will dwarf what we saw in 2010. I am not over-exaggerating.
Yeah.
I took the SkyTrain in from Burnaby from the station. It was packed. You mentioned the sea of humanity. It is a sea of red humanity. And the thing about this World Cup crowd compared to our gold medal crowd, I always like to say it's like a religious experience.
Yeah.
Hockey comes from the heart, but the beautiful game comes from the soul. and chatting with the police officers, they say it's a different kind of crowd.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a crowd probably in excess of at least 10,000. And keep in mind, BC Place Stadium has about 10,000 more seats than what we saw in Toronto. And last week against Bosnia and Herzegovina, it was off the charts there. We are going to see something today that we have never seen before in this city. It's incredible. You
can already hear the drums. They're on the other side, the fenced-in ticket holder side, but we're enjoying it here.
Canada! Woo!
There we go. See, I mean, these guys have been lining up here for a couple hours now.
For a couple hours now, and here's the thing: the Canada chants are only going to get louder, especially if we see Alphonso Davies make an appearance. Jesse Marsh was very coy yesterday when we were at training because we were told he was in, getting prepared protocol. Yesterday they wouldn't give us an update, and that kind of set me, maybe we'll see Alphonso Davies. If we see Canada go up by a goal or two, I think we're going to see Alphonso Davies at some point in this match. And when we do, the roof is closed in BC Place, it'll be blown off because people are ready to cheer on the hometown boy. Canada's captain, remember, he's the only Canadian to ever score a World Cup goal. Can he score another one today?
Well, let's hope. I'm not sure if you guys have Chris ready yet, but let's just take another look at what we've got going on here. I mean, you might think that the march has already arrived, but these are just folks arriving here. Many of them are ticket holders, but there are people just coming down here just for fun, and they don't have tickets. They just want to be a part of the atmosphere. Rob, not sure if you can show us a little bit of, if you can see, we've got a lineup of police officers here from the Calgary Police Department. We've got officers from different RCMP detachments and municipal forces just here to help out. And what these folks are doing is they're trying to get all of these fans to sort of go into two lines, one into the entrance down here on Carroll Street and the other just down here as well. So just trying to keep it as orderly as you can when you've got tens of thousands of folks down here. But man, people are pumped for this game, and it's still 2 hours away, and I can't wait to see that march when it gets down here. We're told it's like 6,000-7,000 people. That's the estimate right now, and probably even more than that joining along the way. So it's going to be quite a sight once we see them arrive here. Squire and Asa, it's such a cool place to be right now, and things seem to be just fun right now. Like, no problems that I've seen so far. So, yeah, let's just hope that Canada delivers.
Yes, let's hope Canada delivers because we don't want a lot of sad fans coming out of BC Place this afternoon. Okay, so it's not just BC Place and around BC Place and in the downtown area. People are gathering to get ready for the game at 3 o'clock. Also at the P&E, where the amphitheater is. There's a viewing party there as well. And Daria is there. Daria, what's going on there?
Hi, Squire. Hi, Squire. Fans are slowly starting to trickle in. There's been music. People have been cheering. I've seen a sea of red and white jerseys as well, and they're excited and they want to win from Team Canada. Now, the fans slowly trickling in are taking part in festivities around the P&E. The game comes after a tense match between Bosnia and Herzegovina last week, which resulted in a draw and gave Canada the first ever point for the World Cup. We spoke to a few soccer fans about how they feel. Canada is in Group B. Canada is in Group B for the tournament so far, which means they have 1 point. If they win this game today, they will have 3 moving forward, which will make it easier for them to go to the next round. Another part of this is their game against Switzerland on June 24th. Back to you.
Thank you, Daria. Okay, so Sophie did mention that Chris, oh, there's Chris right there. The camera sometimes might have a bit of a problem here because it's a crowd and there's a lot of things around, but we're going to go to Chris anyways, and if he freezes, don't panic. He's not actually frozen. It's just Chris.
In a sea of humanity like this, Squire, we're bound to have some technical difficulties, but at the moment, this is one of the most amazing experiences of my career. The enthusiasm and joy that is being experienced by people here as they march up Pacific Boulevard. We're actually on Quebec right now, but as they march up Quebec to Pacific Boulevard, there are thousands of people in the parade, and there are thousands more lining the streets to cheer on. You see everybody with their cameras out. You see the smoke signals all the way back in this parade. It's absolutely astonishing. We're getting smoked out even, but it is really an amazing experience to be a part of this and to see the enthusiasm and joy from these. Oh, I'm probably not even supposed to be doing that, but I'll do it anyway. This, as you mentioned, is a very important game, and the people here feel it, and they truly believe that their enthusiasm, their singing, the joy, thanks, brother, the joy that they are exuding is something that the Canadian soccer team in BC Place is going to hear and going to feel, and it is going to make a difference in this must-win game. So they could not be happier to be a part of this, and it really is amazing to be in the middle of it too, Squire. I saw Jay Janauer down here. I heard Squire and, I heard Sophie and Jay talk about the atmosphere down there. There's nothing like it, and I don't know if there ever has been, because even during the Olympics in 2010, you didn't have the kind of energy and event like this during the Winter Olympics. This is unique. Canada has a chance to make history today. If they get a win, it will be their first win in World Cup history, and it propels them into a legitimate chance of getting out of the group stage and making it further along in this tournament, and I know you'll be talking about that throughout it. The singing continues. The beach balls are flying. People are watching from balconies along Pacific Boulevard here, cheering everybody on. It really is fantastic to be a part of it.
All right, thank you, Chris. Perhaps a gas mask might have been a good thing to have before going down there. I've never seen Chris walk with a smoke flare before, if that's what you call them. Asa is here, of course, and we'll later on in the program have Colin Miller, who you work with on the Whitecaps broadcast, but Colin has a lot of Canada on his resume.
Yes.
Played for Canada's World Cup team in '86, although he didn't get into any games in '86, but he also managed Canada.
Yeah,
was the
interim
captain
manager.
at one time.
Yes, and coached as well. Played for Canada, over 60 caps for Canada, so knows a lot about this game. Commentator as well, so followed it closely for decades here in Canada. Looking forward to hearing what he has to say about this matchup.
Okay, so everybody you just heard, Daria and Chris and Jay and Sophie all referenced that one of the reasons this game is so huge for Canada is if we get a win here, our chances of winning the group, not just going, I think if Canada wins, they would pretty much be guaranteed a shot at the knockout stage. But winning the group is the key.
That's exactly it. Winning the group is huge, and it is on the table right now. I mean, this entire group is wide open with everybody on a point coming into this day. That Bosnia and Switzerland match in action right now. We'll see how that one plays out. But the opportunity for Canada here to win the group is huge because they'll stay in Vancouver if they do win this group in Group B here. The round of 32 game would be in Vancouver. If they win that game, they stay for the round of 16 as well. So a massive opportunity for Canada here against Qatar.
Yeah, so this is the situation, as you just mentioned. So to get to the round of 32, I mean, if you get 4 points, you should get to the round of 32. If Canada finishes first, then they will play their round of 32 game at BC Place. We should say, Canada is playing its next 2 games at BC Place. It's conceivable they could play 4 in a row at BC Place. Because if they win that group, if they win their round of 32 game, the round of 16 game would also be at BC Place Stadium. If they don't finish first, if they finish second, then they go off to Inglewood or Los Angeles to play their round of 32 game. And should they fall back to third, which I personally don't see happening, they would either go to Boston or San Francisco to play that game. But if they can finish first and win the round of 32 game, then they would have 4 in a row at BC Place Stadium.
Yeah, and that's something we knew coming into the tournament. We knew that Canada's pathway through the knockout round could stay in Vancouver, but a little unsure about how it would all play out after that first match against Bosnia and a draw. You thought maybe it's in doubt, but it was Qatar scoring in stoppage time against Switzerland that really opened this thing wide open.
And that was a huge surprise.
All 4 teams on a single point coming into today.
And this is what we got right now. Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina have just started the second half, so scoreless. And earlier today, Czechia and South Africa, that ended in a 1-1 draw, or is that 1-0 for Czechia? We'll have to check that.
That was a late, South Africa tied that one up.
Okay,
so it did end
all right.
1-1.
It's all about the ties.
There you go.
Okay, so let's go back to Chris, because I think he's no longer in the smoke, or he's almost in the smoke, but he's still with us. He has more to say. He's with the people marching on BC Place Stadium. Chris.
Well, it's fantastic, Squire. Yeah, we have seen a guy on roller skating in front here. We are now making the turn onto Pacific, getting very close to experience that a lot of people are really buying into today, especially with so much on the line for Canada in a very, very important match. People are joining the parade, they're leaving the parade, they are soaking it all in, as we are too. And I earlier talked to a guy from BBC who says even he is surprised. You know, of course, the British Broadcasting Corporation has covered every World Cup, and he is surprised by the level of enthusiasm demonstrated by Canadian fans down here. So he's been recording it for his viewers as we are for ours, and just being a part of the energy and the joy, I think, is really what everybody came down here for, and is it ever delivering. Back to you, Squire.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that is, I mean, that really is half the fun of all of this, is getting involved with all your fellow Canadians and going down to BC Place. And if you think it's exciting outside BC Place, wait until the game at 3 o'clock. Oh, Sophie has some friends with her. So let's hear from Sophie.
I do
New
have friends. You said getting to know your fellow Canadians. Well, we have some folks here from Calgary, also from Vancouver, and from Jordan. We have Oliver, Ewan, and Schluck, and their respective fathers. I didn't ask their names because the kids are more important to me. Sorry, guys, I'm totally kidding. So tell me, you guys came from Calgary. Have you been? Are you big World Cup fans?
Yeah. Really big.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player?
From Canada? Or in the whole World Cup?
Canada.
Alfonso Davies.
Okay, how about you, bud?
Jonathan David.
Okay, what do you think of Canada's chances?
Not that good.
You don't think?
Today, how about
today?
Yeah.
Good.
Today, good. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Okay. And Schluck, what about you? Are you a big soccer fan?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of Canada's chances against Qatar today?
I think they're pretty good.
Do you have a favorite player?
No, I just like everyone.
Okay, what did you guys think of the first Canada game? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It was great.
And how did you think the team did?
Canada destroyed. They had the ball 60% of the time. They're probably going to dominate today. It's going to be a great game.
What about you?
It's all about position. We're going to win this game no matter what. Yeah?
Like this enthusiasm. You came from Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, tell me. Say hi to everyone.
Hi to everybody here. Greeting from Jordan to Canada and to Vancouver.
You just came for the World Cup?
No, I came already before 2
Oh,
months.
I see.
I am here from 2 months.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, thanks you guys. Enjoy the game today. Thanks so much for stopping and talking. Go Canada!
Oh, everybody went to the freeze position. Okay, that's a good time for us to take a break. Stay with us. After the break, Asa and Colin Miller, and we'll talk about today's game, Qatar against Canada at 3 o'clock. And we'll also go back downtown and see what's happening there as well. Stay with us.
You're watching Global News.
If you were down there, you'd be in that crowd. But you can watch that crowd from the safety of your own living room or wherever you are watching us.
Middle of the street.
And thank you for
by the
watching
police
us.
Car?
There we are, back. Colin Miller is with us.
Great to be here, Squire.
I'm happy to have you, and Ace is here as well. And when was the last time you played for Canada?
I think my last cap for the national team was in 1997 against Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a loss. But
Oh.
that was the light. That was the shining moment that it's time to hang up the boots, wee man.
How many times did you play for Canada?
I played 61 times
61.
for the national team. Yeah, I had 38 times as the national team captain.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate, very grateful to play for our country, and yeah, I'm so envious of the players today. I've got to say, I do end to swap places. I have to say, no offence, guys.
I mean, you did play in front of Canadian crowds.
Oh yes, we did. Yeah.
In fact, you scored. Watch this.
Wow.
That's you at Swangard Stadium.
People would be saying, no, that was me trying to control the ball there instead of scoring. But yeah, no, we
I think
had a
this is
few.
1992.
Wow. I scored 5 for the national team. And
Okay, I have another question though.
Okay.
So we found this video, and I want to know what's going on here. So you're leaving Swangard Stadium. I want to know why you're leaving on the back of the keeper. Right there.
yeah, what it was just, I think that I was so fed up of carrying Craig Forrest during his career. I thought it would be nice just to swap places with him. But,
I thought you were hurt there for a second. They didn't have a stretcher.
we've obviously won the game at that point, and the big fella's, you know, the best goalkeeper we've had, and we've had some very good goalkeepers, but Craig was terrific, and I just thought, well, we've obviously, something good has happened there that I'm jumping on his back.
I think he complains about back issues to this day, Colin.
No wonder. I'll tell you, it's like carrying a baby elephant with carrying me, that's for sure.
Okay, so the topic of conversation ever since Canada gathered for the World Cup is the health of Alphonso Davies.
Yes.
And yesterday, of course, Jesse Marsh said, he might be able to play in today's game. So my question is, it's twofold. I'll start with you, since you've managed this team before. Would you play Alphonso Davies, or would you want him to get more time off and get ready for the Switzerland game?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, Squire, isn't it? He's certainly not from the start. You know, he's had a personal trainer come in from Bayern Munich to look after Fonzie. He's obviously fit enough to be on the bench. So what I take that as, he's good for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then see how he goes from there. I think it's important we get him into the game at some point today, but not major minutes. I don't think he's ready for that. But if we can get him in there for 15, 20 minutes, Squire, I think that psychologically he's at a stage where he may get more minutes against Switzerland.
Asa?
Yeah, my concern in that scenario would be that the hamstring is re-aggravated. So I would, just keep him out for as long as possible until you absolutely need him. He's sort of a break glass in case of emergency scenario where right now this is a favorable matchup for Canada, a game that they feel like they should win. If they go up early, they're comfortably, in the lead. I don't know if you necessarily risk him in this moment because it would be terrible if somehow he comes in late in the game and he starts to feel it again, because I don't know if he comes back into the tournament if he pulls it in this game.
In that Spanish game, Yamal, same problem, coming off a hamstring. They hadn't scored. They did insert him. Yeah. Of course, he didn't score. So do you guys, if Canada and Qatar are tied, and Canada's like looking for the win, do you think Jesse Marsh would go, okay, I got to put him in now?
I think that's the scenario where you could see him in this match where, yeah, it's tied, they're trailing in this match for some reason. Yeah, then you get him in there because he is their best player, their most dynamic player. Nobody really at his level. Jonathan David, the closest one, but Alphonso Davies gives him something different. So that's the scenario where I see him potentially coming into this game.
But you like the idea of just get him in, just to get a run.
Just, and it's a bit of what Asa was saying there for sure. If we need him 10, 15 minutes to go. But the other side of it, and I'm touching wood when we say this here because I don't want to underestimate Qatar here today. If we are ahead by 2 or 3, then he goes on with less pressure on him, Squire. I think just psychologically, if Fonzie can get in and get 5, 10 minutes, I'm not talking about a 30-minute blast at it here, he's going to need something because, with the greatest respect, when we play against Switzerland, who are the best team in the group, then the margin of error is that much closer because they're going to challenge us for sure.
Yeah. Have you gone through that before?
Yeah, well, it's, again, probably...
Like, do you know what he's going through?
Yes, I do. I absolutely do, because I actually had a fitness test in the morning. I pulled my hamstring about halfway through the game against El Salvador, down in San Salvador. And I had a week before we played Mexico in Toronto. I played every minute of every game, every qualifier at that point. And we had to, if we beat Mexico, we qualify for the US World Cup. Incredible. A lot of people forget that, but that's how close we were at that point. And I did everything with the trainer, Barry Crocker, God rest him, all the way through that week. I was in the gym, never out of the gym. It's probably the fittest I've ever been in my life. And at 7 o'clock in the morning, on the Saturday morning, I had my fitness test. And there was media there. There was all sorts of Bob Lenarduzzi and the guys. They were all there. I got myself up to 80% running. And then I could start to feel a little bit of tightness. And I went to Bobby, I said, no, the team is far more important than Colin Miller. But so I missed that game. So I can certainly relate to a lot of what Fonzie has gone through this last little spell with Bayern Munich.
All right. Okay, thank you. Very informative. Oh, let's go back to the P&E where Daria is. Daria.
I was just trying to make it here, if you see.
Hi, I'm here at the PNE, and we're actually just talking to some fans right now. What are you guys most excited about for the game?
Oh man, just to see the boys perform with a 1-1 tie against Bosnia. We're hoping that they can perform. And
I'm excited for the street party. Like, have you seen this place? It's just buzzing. Vancouver's never like this. It's so fun.
And you guys are all decked out in head-to-toe Canada.
Yes.
Specific players that you're looking?
Really looking forward to Buchanan playing, maybe Ahmed on the wing. Yeah.
Yep. Anything else that you've loved about FIFA coming here to Vancouver?
I just feel like the city's really woken up, and at first everyone was kind of like apprehensive, but now everyone's really in the spirit and excited, and it's really cool to see that.
And anything you guys are doing in the meantime while you're waiting for the game to start?
We're coming up with our chants. You'll hear us out there.
Okay, give me one.
Maybe a couple drinks.
Let's go, Canada!
That's all we have so far.
Let's go, Canada!
Yeah, we're working on it.
That's part of the lively event here at the PNE. As you can see, people are trying to trickle in slowly. You can hear the game behind me. People are also lining up to get snacks. It's definitely a lot more vibrant now.
Thank you, Daria. Okay, so we talked about Alphonso Davies, who we may or may not see in today's game. Here's a question. Jonathan David. Before we talk about Jonathan David and how he had to be taken out of the game the other day because he wasn't really doing a whole lot, let's hear from Jesse Marsh about Jonathan David.
Yeah, look, you know, there was some questions after the game on taking Jonathan out. There haven't been many times that I've taken him out of games, and it's mostly because he's such an important player for us and a catalyst for everything we do in the attacking part of the pitch. You know, there can be moments where a player has an off day and it doesn't really come quite together for him. But, like, our belief in Jonathan as a player and who he is and what he means to our team is massive. And then, yeah, I mean, we're trying to do little things to get him more around the goal, to get him more looks. You know, but he had a couple looks in the match, and I expect him based on how he performed this week, which for us, the first week was a little crazy, I'll be honest. Like, there was a lot of fanfare and it was a little hectic and chaotic around the team in Toronto. This week has been calmer, and I think we're more used to the rhythm of what the media demands are, what the feeling is inside the country and the city. So I think in general the team is more focused and more prepared for what this match will need. And I expect not just Jonathan, but a lot of players to be ready to perform at their best.
There is no doubt Alphonso Davies is Canada's most important player. Jonathan David is the second most important player, but he's had a rough season, both internationally and with Juventus in Serie A. In fact, this was the last goal he scored, and this was in Serie A. And this is after, I think, a couple of months of not scoring. I think he only had, 6 goals for Juventus this year or something like that?
Yeah, it took him a while to get going as well. Then he had a few goals for Juventus, looked like he turned a corner, and then struggled again, and then struggled late in the season as well to find the back of the net. So, yeah, it doesn't come into this one really hot with a load of confidence coming into the World Cup, but he's also a streaky scorer. We see this. I think if he gets one, you'll see him follow up with a few more, and he gets in good areas as well. That's one thing you like about Jonathan David. He's got a nose for goals, so I think he'll get some opportunities against Qatar today.
Yeah, I agree, but we have to get him into those areas, Asa. I think he's, at times, he's played too deep for the national team programme. I think he has to be in, he's a penalty box, he's a poacher, and we need to get service in there.
Yeah, like you see on this one.
Absolutely.
That's exactly it.
That's what we need.
I agree. I think sometimes he's coming back too deep to collect the ball and start the attack. But you look at these goals, he's scoring closer to the 6 than the 18. I think that's ultimately where you want him.
Yeah, I totally agree. So the service that we provide for him from the wider areas and even threading through balls, I mean, he's got pace that can hurt most defences in the world. We've got to get him higher up the pitch so that initial pass can really cause defences problems.
Good idea. Okay, Sophie and Chris are down with the marchers heading towards BC Place.
Hi. Oh, we sure are. Chris and I managed to find each other. How did you spot me?
It was just a sea of people, but I can see over a crowd. One of the things is we see a lot of people we know in the crowd. I ran into a guy I went to high school with who came out here from Calgary even. Yeah. So there's a huge crowd that's come out to enjoy it today.
Now look at what we got out here. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of smoke. Chris, this is just such an incredible atmosphere, and you were with them.
Oh, it was so fun, and you got to remember, these guys have been going since 10 o'clock this morning. There were chants and songs being sung in Fionn McCool's, which is where the Voyageurs gathered. The Voyageurs is the sort of traveling bunch of Canadian soccer fans that support Canada soccer and threw this shindig together. And I think even they were blown away by the amount of support that came. We all saw what Toronto did, and I think this is much bigger than what happened in Toronto.
I know that you managed to get some aerial shots of the crowd. I was told maybe 6,000-7,000 people, or maybe more. If we can see those, the control room might be running them now, but just tell me about that.
Yeah, just an incredible sea of people that stretched all the way from Switchman Road all the way to Pacific Boulevard. And I think that's probably a decent estimate, 6,000-7,000 people who are marching. When you count the people that were watching on the side too, it might be closer to 10, because there were so many people that just were standing on the side of the road watching.
And they're sort of...
And there were so many people who live in the towers that we went by that were watching us go by down below too. So it was just a great show of support.
They've got a great view if they live in those towers. It's been waves. So there was one wave that showed up, Squire and Asa, a few minutes ago. And now this is like a second, third, fourth wave of people. And man, I thought the excitement was huge when I got here a couple hours ago, but this is something entirely different. Yeah.
Next level. And it's always interesting too to see within the crowd, within 100 people, Qatari supporters and fans in the middle there too. Lots of that today. And yeah, I mean, the Qatari fans are here. They're representing their side as well. But it's all been friendly. It's all been fun. mutually supportive kind of atmosphere here, which has been good to see.
Yeah, it's been really nice. We've got like a heavy police presence down here, but everything has been very friendly. A lot of high fives with the officers here, handing out stickers and tattoos and things like that. But just
lots of face paint.
Yeah, you're losing your voice a little bit, aren't you?
Already. I don't know if I'll have it for 6 o'clock tonight. We'll see.
Go find it, because we need you.
I need some ginger tea for later.
Let's take another look at this before we send it back to you guys in the studio, because I know you'll want to talk about what's coming up inside BC Place. Because you just need to soak up this atmosphere. I'm just going to let it roll for just a minute here.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, it's just, this is unlike, and you know, Chris, you mentioned the 2010 game as well, the gold medal game, and it was definitely a great atmosphere then, and I was there too, but this is kind of next level.
I feel like it is. I really feel like it is. If you experience both, this is something that I have not experienced before, and it, you know, I think especially with what's on the line today in this game against Qatar and the chance for Canada to make history with a win, would be their first win ever, and give themselves a good chance to progress in the tournament is something that everybody believes this team can and should do in this game. And they really believe, as I stated before when I was talking to them as they were staging to get ready for the parade, they believe the team knows and feels what they're giving to the team and that it's going to make a difference on the pitch today.
There's lots of people obviously going into the stadium, but a lot of people who were down here who were part of this march and who we spoke with earlier, they don't have tickets. They just wanted to be a part of this atmosphere, and there are like watch parties, as you know, everywhere. Granville Island, the shipyards, the FIFA Fan Fest at the PNE, bars and restaurants and parks everywhere. So definitely there will be plenty of places to catch this match in about an hour and a half.
And let's hope there's a lot to celebrate too, because during the news hour tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll be up on the Granville Strip, the entertainment district there that of course they've closed off to vehicles, and it's a great pedestrian zone. Lots of people there and a great vibe there as well. And if this is a win, or even a draw, but if it's a win, that place is going to go off and it's going to be crazy.
I feel like I need to knock on wood just in case.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, it looks like, well, there's still tons of people coming, but this third, fourth, fifth wave of marchers seems to have wrapped up. So I think we'll just throw it back to Squire and Asa in the studio. Break it down for us, guys.
All right, thank you. Good job. And there are more and more coming. I do remember in 2010, of course, the crowd was really after the game was over, after he won the gold medal. Then it went crazy. Now this is happening all over North America. Like Saturday night, the first game at BC Place was Australia and Turkey. I was downtown. There were a lot of Aussies running around downtown. They probably, I think they ran out of beer at some places. There were also some people from Turkey that didn't look all that happy, but the Australians are very happy. But this is happening all over North America. And this is not a Prince Edward Island accent you're hearing from Colin here. So you went to Boston to be with the Scots for Scotland.
Yes, my son and I, my son Ryan and myself and my pal Tom and his two sons, Andrew and Jamie, the five of us went and met another 4 people in Boston, as well as 50, 60,000 Scots at least. So we arrived there on the Thursday, and it's fair to say I wasn't in the library very often, Squire. It was one of those nights. It was an occasion. You've seen it all over social media. My idea of social media is text, by the way, so that's all I've been getting is text. But I was there in the stadium with countless thousands of Scottish fans. We broke the record that night for the loudest national anthem ever sung, apparently, inside the stadium. It was absolutely breathtaking. I've got some wonderful photos and some footage there as well. But
But that's the beauty of the World Cup,
That's the
right?
beauty, absolutely. The Haitian fans and the Scots fans are cuddling each other. There were people exchanging jerseys as well. It was just absolutely wonderful. It was a privilege to be there and see just what Sophie and Chris are seeing there, where the supporters are mingling together, people are mingling together. That's exactly what the World Cup is all about.
Exactly.
Drank the town out of beer as well,
We did,
I heard.
actually. There was 2 pubs that not me, because I was, you know what I'm
Yeah,
like.
of course not.
I had a wee Guinness now and again, but yeah, there were 2 pubs that get drunk dry.
Wow.
Dry. Incredible.
All right, you want to take a break here? We need a hydration break, just like the players. So
That's right.
we're going to do that, and we'll come back after this. Welcome back. Lots and lots and lots of people are gathering and marching towards BC Place Stadium for 2 reasons. One is the game between Canada and Qatar, and the other is to be close to Chris and Sophie. But we will go to them in a moment because we're having a little bit of a issue. Somebody bumped into the camera or something like that. So before we go to them, let's talk about a subject that we talked about Jonathan David, we talked about Alphonso Davies. The man who rescued Canada in the game against Bosnia and Herzegovina is the guy who used to be Jonathan David, who used to be our main scorer, and that's Kyle Larin. Does he start today, or does he come off the bench?
For me?
Yes.
Yes, I think he has to start. The way he scored his goal, it looked like a striker in form, to be honest with you. I thought the build-up around about the edge of the 18-yard box and just how quick he turned and hit the ball with his second touch. I thought it was a fabulous finish. But he looked a threat. He looked hungry. It was, you know, even his gestures after he'd scored was just cut out the noise. Let me do my job. And I think the big fella should be playing alongside Jonathan David here this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been such a big part of this team for so long. Was the leading scorer for the Canadian men's national team at one point before he was surpassed by Jonathan David. And Larin, you know, has scored these big goals in these big moments, and I feel like this is setting up for another opportunity for him to be that hero, to be that guy, and why not give him the start? I think that they look good in the early going. They created chances early on, Canada against Bosnia, but Taniela was good in moments, but I think you get a little bit more consistency with Kyle Larin, and now he has his goal. That monkey's off his back. I think he'll be going into this one with a lot of confidence.
All right. We'll talk a little more about Kyle Larin in a moment, but I think Chris and Sophie are back working. Oh, is it just Chris? No Sophie? Okay, Chris.
This is very cute, by the way. Are we ready?
If you're ready, we're ready.
We got them both. It's a package deal, Squire, as always. I'm ready. It's a package deal. You get us plus a Vancouver family who took part in the march. First, I'll get your name.
Eliza.
Eliza and?
Farhan.
And Farhan. Okay, you guys just came through that sea of humanity. What was it like being a part of that march?
Honestly, it was just amazing. It was really cool. They're so loud. It's awesome.
Were you chanting along with them?
Definitely.
Yeah, you know all the chants
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Some of them were a little bit there. That. This has been an amazing run so far for Canada in this tournament. What are your thoughts? Because you actually are going into the game. What's it going to be like in there, do you think?
I don't know, but I hope Canada wins. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. Maybe Davies will be able to come on off the bench, and that'd be even crazier.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to ask Mom and Dad, though, because before you guys came to us, I was asking Mom and Dad how they managed to score tickets. What did you say?
I said we're never going to retire and the kids aren't going to go to college.
But they will have seen a Canada World Cup game.
It'll all be worth it.
And hopefully a Canada World Cup win. Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck in there. I hope everything goes well for you, too.
Thank you. Go, Canada, go!
Thanks so much.
Go! Go, Canada, go! Go, Canada, go!
So good. That's just an example of the kind of spirit and enthusiasm we have seen. Enjoy the game, you guys. Thanks very much that we've seen all day here. It's incredible. Now, the truth has been revealed. We moved Sophie's box, so we can't. She's actually that tall.
I was like jumping up so I could see try to see the crowd as it was coming in. It looks like there's still lots of people coming. So I'm distracted by whatever's going on over here. But it still looks like the marchers maybe are still coming over. Yeah. You're tall. You can see over that.
Yeah, they're like Pacific Boulevard is packed all the way back to Quebec still. There's a whole other group of people there. They may not be ticket holders. All of these are ticket holders waiting to go into the fan entrances. I believe the stadium opened up at noon, but it's a bit of a bottleneck there. Obviously, we just had maybe up to 10,000 people arrive all at once. And they are going to get the game of their lives here for sure.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the next round coming in. Looks like, I don't know if they've stopped back there. Does it look like they've stopped back there, Chris?
Yes, it does. There's a line of police in front of that group. And it may be that they've requested they stop that group because of the backup at the gates here. Okay, we got some boys here. Are you jacked up?
Yes, we are.
You're hyped.
Yeah.
Are you going in?
No.
We don't have tickets.
We wish.
But still to be down here and be a part of it is important.
Amazing.
Very awesome.
Fabulous atmosphere. It's great. It's great.
The vibes, awesome.
What school you guys go to?
Lord Byng.
Secondary.
Okay, what do you think of Team Canada? So after the first game, what do you think of
First game? It home. First game, we're trying to get it together, but this game, 2-1 Canada versus Qatar.
When we get Fonzie back, other teams better watch out.
Yeah.
You don't know what we got. Don't root out Canada. We're coming big.
All right, thanks, Lord Byng. Appreciate it, you guys. Cheers. Oh, I talked to her at the pub. How was it? That was fun in the pub, wasn't it?
Oh, the parade was amazing. I hope more people come out because honestly, dream come true. Dream come true.
Are you going in?
No, I wish. Next game. I'm in next. My son went in now. I'm next game.
Oh, awesome.
And Switzerland, Canada.
Oh.
Yes.
I can smell the smoke. What do you call those things? The smoke bombs? Yeah. They still got them.
Right on Granville. I'm like, what?
Okay.
I want to go get some. They sell them right on Granville. I want to get smoke bombs.
For the next march, I'm sure there'll be another one.
Let's go.
Again, for sure. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. There's some Qatar fans going in there too, surrounded by a sea of red. A few of them here as well. How you guys feeling? You good? You ready? You ready? You feeling good about the game? How you doing? You feeling good?
Yeah, feeling very good.
It's like, get out of my face, big guy.
All right. Hey, you guys are Canada fans.
Come on in. Come on in.
Poland, but I have. Yeah, but Poland didn't qualify, so we're cheering for Canada. Obviously, we live here, so.
You're wearing red and white. It's all the same.
Yeah, but it's white and red, so it's matching. Okay, all the best.
Okay.
Great.
So clearly fans are still pouring in here. I don't know what time it is. We've probably got like an hour 10 till kickoff, but it's already a great atmosphere, and hopefully it'll stay that way for the match as well.
Well, it's been great to be a part of this. We'll throw it back to the studio there. Go
right.
Canada, go. Good luck in the game at 3 o'clock.
All right. Well done. Chris is like a Walmart greeter there with the fans. Brilliant. Okay, so there aren't just fans down at BC Place. They're also gathering at the P&E for the watch party there as well, where the amphitheater is, and that's where Daria is.
Hi, Squire. It's gotten a lot busier here. I see a ton of fans in red and white Canadian jerseys. We've actually got two right here. So what are you most excited about for the game?
We're both excited for just watching the game and hoping that the Canada people win.
Any specific players that sent to you?
Just the whole team. Yeah.
And you said you had family visiting.
Yeah. And we have family from Toronto and Calgary visiting, but they're at the real game.
They're at the actual game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how does it feel to watch the FIFA game in Vancouver?
It feels amazing. Yeah, I usually like to watch Liverpool, so it feels super cool to get to watch a soccer game.
Okay, anything else that you two are excited for?
I think we said it all, just like the game and the spirit.
So obviously Obviously, still a lot of spirit here. There are fans trickling in. I could see a lineup behind the camera here. People are lining up to get food. It's just a lot of good energy, Squire.
All right. Thank you very much, Doria. That's down at the PNE. Okay, so there's a number of ex-Whitecaps on this Canadian side, and one of them is Ali Ahmed, who came in as a sub the other day. He was also coming off an injury in the game against Bosnia and played very well. And yesterday at his press conference, Jesse Marsh spoke about how much use Ali Ahmed might get in today's game against Qatar.
Yeah, I thought that Ali was very good off the bench. I think actually this match against Bosnia was probably our best performance from our reserves or our substitutes coming into the match. So I think that's a really good thing, or good trend, or a good development for us. And I thought Ali was sharp. He was dangerous. He was a catalyst in the game to really move the game and the momentum more and more in our direction. And he has, you know, we then had a test match the next day against a local Toronto team. He played another 30 minutes in that. And I think he's more and more prepared to be playing more minutes now for this match. So that's a positive development for us as well.
Ali Ahmed, would you start him or does he come off the bench?
I'd like to see him start just because of what we saw in the game where he came in against Bosnia. He looked determined to create something. He gives them something a little bit different. He's dynamic. He goes at players. And we saw it firsthand with the Vancouver Whitecaps week in, week out. He's a player who constantly delivers, forces and creates things because of his direct play. He doesn't really shy away from defenders. He'll go at them right away. And if you need a goal, you need an early goal, you want a spark in this game, Ali Ahmed's the guy for sure. The question for him is fitness, his match fitness. Is he ready to go 60 or 70 minutes in this game?
If he's ready to go, would you start him?
Yes, I would, Squire. And just listening to Ali's interview during the week, he is ready to go. He was totally confident that the injury had passed by, and he's in a very, very good place. I thought he changed the game when he came on against Bosnia, and we looked far, far more dangerous, like we have done in previous times with the national team. When you have Ali Ahmed, we saw it on a weekly basis with the Vancouver Whitecaps. He's unlike a lot of players. He can move outside a fullback. He can go inside a fullback. But he's so creative. As Asa said there, I think he's so positive when he gets possession. He wants to go forward, and that's what we need. We need this today. But I think definitely if we can get 45 minutes, an hour out of Ali Ahmed, job done, get him off. And again, like I said earlier on about Alphonso Davies, psychologically, there's that little bit of confidence. We don't need to overwork him here today. We just need to get him some very precious minutes. Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. But it sounds like both of you are under the belief: put your best guys out in the first half and get Qatar, get them out of any idea they may have of tying this game or getting a win. Bury them in the first half. This is our cup final, Squire. This is our cup final. We have to get a result here today. Qatar they'll be buzzing because they've got a point. They've earned a point of it, and a terrific header, by the way, right at the death. I think it was the 95th minute. A fabulous header at the back post. So that in itself set plays. I know we're going to speak about them later on, Squire, but I think we go for the jugular right away. Get this big, huge Canadian crowd behind us, and the whole country's behind them, but give us something to cheer here.
Yeah, I think you need the kind of the 2-goal advantage. You got to get one, you got to get another one, because I think Qatar's very comfortable defending, sitting back, and just getting to about 60 minutes within a goal. I think that's kind of how they're approaching this, and then they'll try to take their chances late. So you really want to capitalize on those early opportunities.
Yeah, and as we've seen, especially in the first games in this tournament, the minnows have teeth.
Yeah,
they can bite you if you only have a 1-0 lead late in the game, which is why. What's happening now in the game between Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina, Switzerland is basically put the boots to Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's a 3-0 win. That helps him a great deal because of goal differential. I actually just glanced over your phone, Squire, and I think I saw Bosnia get a goal. Oh, they did get a goal, so now it's 3-1. Wow. And that could be a huge goal for Canada, just changing that goal differential from +3 for Switzerland to +2 now. Yes. Yeah. It just, again, it reinforces the importance of
approaching the game properly, which the team will do. There's no question about it.
But you've got to be merciless in these games,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. You get them down, you don't let them back up.
You keep scoring.
Absolutely. You have to be ruthless here because we want to advance in the tournament. We want to make a statement, and it's been a little while since we've made a statement as a national team in recent results. We've sort of stumbled along. Today is a day we can actually, if we approach it right, and take our chances. That's going to be key. Create chances, and can we take them?
All right. Shall we take a break, folks? Why don't we take a break? We'll take a break. We'll come back. You mentioned set pieces. We'll hear from Jesse Marsh talking about the importance of set pieces. They weren't great against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Hopefully they'll be better today against Qatar. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. All right, so what you're looking at, courtesy of our old friend Keith Morgan, who's standing on his patio and filming beautifully, I might add, is all the people marching towards BC Place Stadium. And as you've seen with Chris and Sophie down on the ground, that's what they're standing amongst. And I don't think I see anybody wearing anything but red. Like that is the color of the day. Actually, it is the color of the day because Qatar also wears red. They're known as the Maroons. And so everybody who's concerned about today's game is in love with the color red. And speaking of which, that's what Chris is wearing. He's wearing red, standing out in the crowd, not just because he's tall, but because he's friendly and he speaks to people, and he's Chris Galis.
Squire, let me just tell you, it has been the joy of my life to be down here meeting people who are connecting with Canada Soccer, who are excited about the day. And I have Sophie Louis with me here as well, and a couple of gals who brought the SkyTrain in from Surrey. And they are also part, we found out, of the, Guildford Athletic Community
Club, yes, in Surrey.
And you actually are engaged in organizing soccer leagues and things for people. This is close to your hearts.
Yes, absolutely. We're so excited to be here. Go Canada, go!
We have been waiting for this day a long time, and we're so excited to be here today. The vibes is amazing. It's just awesome here.
It's so fun.
What was it like on SkyTrain when you were coming in?
Yeah, it was super fun, super easy. Like, it's so great that we have that experience here in Vancouver. We could just come in on the SkyTrain.
Were there good crowds, like Canada crowds?
Amazing, yeah. Lots of people dressed up and excited to be here today. So
It is difficult to get tickets, but you guys are going into this game how did you do it? How'd you pull it off?
Oh, we won the lottery to buy tickets. It was amazing. Not cheap, but amazing.
And you saw, I'm sure, some of the atmosphere coming down here from the SkyTrain station. Just what are your thoughts about how Canada's embraced this team and what the atmosphere has been like today?
I mean, it reminds me a lot of like what the Whitecaps are going through, just hoping that we can keep them kind of close and create the community that we have here around soccer. It's just huge. There's so much support for it, and we just hope it can continue.
You two are a big part of that. So.
Yeah, we are. I think it took a while for the World Cup hype to pick up here in Vancouver, but I think everybody's in it now and everybody's super excited, and it's exciting to be a part of it.
What about the kids in your soccer programs? How are they feeling about all of this?
They are so excited. So Guildford Athletic Club has an array of different ethnicities, and we're very excited to all celebrate that. Yes.
We've been a part of the FIFA fan zone in Surrey by the city centre, and it's just been amazing there too. Like on the amount of people who come down to watch the games, who are excited and cheering for their respective teams. It's just so good to see that.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's been, obviously you look around, you do see a lot of police officers. How do you feel about the safety and having that as part of your experience?
I mean, I feel safe-ish. There's so many.
Yeah, we talked to a few. They're from Saskatchewan, from all over Canada. I mean, that's great that we brought in so many, and it's been, I feel safe.
It helps that they're super friendly. So they're willing to give the fist bumps, and they're happy to be here too.
Well, we hope you guys have an amazing time. We won't keep you because I know you got to get into the stadium, but enjoy the game and all the best with youth soccer as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Go Canada!
Go Canada, go! Woo!
Okay. Thanks, ladies.
Oh, yeah, just one
second. Just give us 1 second. We'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, we got to do a selfie now, Squire and Asa.
Sorry.
All right, you guys do that.
Back to you. We got to do selfies.
Okay. Nope. No problem. Okay, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me so much of the 2010 Olympics. Before the 2010 Olympics started, there were a lot of people, oh, yeah, you know, this is going to be, you know, they weren't as excited about it. And then once it started, it was like everybody went into party mode.
Instantly.
And now you are extra cool if you have a ticket to one of the games.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, you went, you know, Willy Wonka gave you the golden ticket or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the game between Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina is finally over, and it is 4-1 for Switzerland. Now, this is important because goal differential is what separates teams if they're tied in the standings. So Switzerland now is +3, which means, I guess, that Canada, as we said earlier, can't be merciful.
No.
You got to put as many goals as you can behind Qatar.
Yeah, that's just it. And kind of the idea going into this game against Qatar as well. You wanted to score early. You wanted to capitalize on those opportunities and win by a good margin. The pressure's on now after Switzerland gets a +3 goal differential in their result. But I have a question for Colin in this sort of situation. Do you scoreboard watch going into a game like this? As a manager, as players, are you conscious of what's happening in some of these other games?
Well, it's still very much in our hands, Asa, you know, but you are aware of what's happened now. You are aware of the score for sure. The word will be out there. And you know, you won't put any more pressure onto the players. So it's not, you don't go to the lads and say, by the way, they've just scored 3 or 4 goals here. We need to rattle in a few. That's the last thing you want to do, because we're already under a lot of pressure. Let's face it, with the country right behind us. So they have a job to do. They'll be well versed. The players, as I mentioned before, they know their jobs here today. They have to do that job very well, which I'm sure they will do, Asa. But they don't need to know anymore. Don't need to have any more pressure put on them by, oh, we have to do this.
Right.
We still have 2 games to go here, and this is a winnable game for us if we do the right things.
All right, and, you know, score any way you can, basically.
Yeah. Yes,
Own
absolutely.
goals, open play, and set pieces, which Canada wasn't all that great at in the opening game. So Jesse Marsh was asked about that yesterday. Here's what he had to say.
We have been talking quite a bit about set pieces. We do care a lot about them, and we do think they can be a factor for us to help tilt the game more in our favor. But Qatar's a different, you know, I mean, Bosnia is, whether you look, it's the tallest or the second tallest team in the tournament, and we knew it was going to be difficult. We tried to run some short options. We tried to do a few clever things, but they're good at set pieces, right? So I thought, in general, Steph's service was very good. I thought that we had some dynamic movement, and if we could have been a little bit more determined in some moments, that maybe we could have capitalized on a few moments, and we're continuing to build that kind of mentality and ruthlessness around being around the goal, around set pieces. But I expect that this game will be better. I think that the match plan that we put together for set pieces is good, and I think that the guys will be ready to execute.
Okay, we'll talk more about that in a moment, but let's go back down to Chris, because he's finished taking selfies. He's now talking to people again. Chris, is the selfie part over?
We're up. That's right. Selfie part is over. We've got another group here. Actually, some kids have flown in from Toronto to be a part of this. Students at Upper Canada College there. It's great to have you here in Vancouver. Tell us how you're feeling about the game today and the fact you guys have tickets and will be in BC Place for it.
I'm really excited. I think we have a good shot of winning, especially with Davies back. I'm very nervous, especially that Watkins Jr. isn't playing.
And are you fans all the time, or is this kind of the first example, the World Cup, that you've really gotten on board?
Yeah, definitely really gone on board, especially the impact of like it being in our home country.
Okay, so these 3 are from Toronto. This guy's from Vancouver. I want to ask Toronto, our Toronto visitors, what do you think about, like, were you in Toronto for the first Canada game, and like how that atmosphere compares to the atmosphere here?
Well, when I was in Toronto, it was very busy, and it looks very busy here. And the atmosphere here is very friendly, and there's a lot of people.
Okay, that was a good answer. Good answer. And Vancouver guy, what's your name? Vincent, you're the local here, so how do you feel about the vibe in the city and how your hometown is showing up for your friends here?
I feel like Vancouver is definitely one of like the best host cities for the World Cup, and I love how much like they've put effort into like the buses and transit and how you get here. I think it's going to be a good time, and I really hope Canada's going to win. Yeah.
Have you shown these guys around? What are some of the things you guys have done while they're here?
Well, he just came by this yesterday, but he's going to stay for the next week, and I'm going to show him like seawall, the beaches, and hikes. Yeah.
All the best things to do in Vancouver. Well, we're glad you guys made the trip out here. I hope you really enjoy the game.
Okay, let's go Canada. Yeah, let's go Canada.
All right, love it, guys. Thank you very much. Parents over here, great group. We appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much. It's starting to thin out a little bit from my vantage point, and they no longer are blocking people as they come up. They were blocking because the gates were getting very backed up, so they just held the crowd back. Now it seems to kind of be a free-flowing crowd moving towards the gates. We don't see as many backed up over here. You can see people going into the gate here, so it is moving along pretty well.
There's been some, like, as you can see, mostly Canada fans, but you'll see every now and then like little pockets of Qatari fans as well. I'm trying to find a little pocket because I feel like I want to give them a shout out. You know, there's small contingent, but they're, you know, flying their flag and showing up for their team, which is great to see. Lots of enthusiasm, no matter what jersey you're wearing. Yeah.
It started early. A lot of that crowd that was in the parade had, you know, gathered at Fionn McCool's pub, and they were into it. The pints were flowing when we were down there earlier, and I know that it's just going to get more intense in BC Place as the game goes on, later at Granville as well. And there's another big game after this one, too, and the party's going to keep going with Mexico in the game.
Well, and you're going to be down at the Granville Entertainment District. It is such a fun atmosphere there as well. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to check it out, but for the Canada game, I envy you. But we'll have you on the News Hour and showing us what the crowds are like down there. And hopefully everything stays peaceful. It has so far, which is great to see.
Yeah, in fact, you know, I'm really impressed with the number of police officers that are down here, their presence. They're very visible. We got guys from the Calgary police service here that have been helping around us. There's others from Delta, Vancouver Police. Bunch of guys here ready to have a good time.
No, we're not excited at all. Why would we do it?
Just cover my face.
All right, guys, enjoy the game. Go Canada, go. Have fun, you guys. All right, last words.
Go Canada!
Go Canada. Back to you, Squire.
Thank you very much. We'll see Chris. Are we going to go back to Chris before the show's over? Yeah, of course we're going to go back to Chris before the show is over. Then he's going to go up to Granville, and he'll be there when the game is over, when we do the News Hour. Okay, so it's now within an hour. It's like 50 minutes from kickoff, which means Canada has released its starting 11.
Yeah, just two changes from the starting 11 that took to the pitch against Bosnia. Up top, it's going to be Kyle Larin instead of Taniela Wasei, and then Ali Ahmed gets the start instead of Liam Miller on the left side. Everything else stays the same. And yeah, a very strong starting 11, something we talked about here.
So Jesse Marsh was clearly watching this program and decided to pencil in the two men you wanted to start.
Who says we don't have an influence?
Well, you're an old coach. He should be listening to you.
It's great. I love the fact that we've got Tejon Buchanan and Ali Ahmed, both similar, very attack-minded, entertaining type of players, Squire, and that's where our chance creation is going to go through the roof, in my opinion. Nothing against Liam Miller. I think he's done well. He's a very honest, very hard-working player. Yeah. Ali Ahmed is...
Does the speed level go up now?
Yes, yeah. I mean, and Liam's not short of pace. Liam Miller's not short of pace, but Ali Ahmed, with the ball at his feet, doing his things. There's a penalty risk as well with defenders bringing him down inside the 18-yard box. And yeah,
The final touch, I think, is important as well. I thought Liam Miller had some really good moments, but it was that final pass maybe that was just a little bit off. I think you get a little bit more quality with Ali Ahmed, and excited to see him on that left side, Tajon on the right side. We've seen how dynamic Ali Ahmed can be on that left side, taking people inside or out, so should be a fun watch and should create some good opportunities for Canada here.
And Ali Ahmed is a guy who will come off the wing and go into the box.
Yes, as I said earlier, if the space, he'll determine where that space is. And you know, Qatar have definitely done their homework. Yeah. If Ali Ahmed is playing, they'll recognise, you know, even in playing for Norwich in the Championship in England, I'm told how well he's doing on a consistent basis there, and that's one of the hardest leagues in the world at the moment. So his education, his football education, will be going through the roof. But I'm really, really excited to see. I'm delighted that Ali's in there, and I just loved how confident he was, Squire, with his interview. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's get this going.
Man, he's gotten so much better over the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. And you mentioned it earlier, one of the several players familiar with BC Place as well.
Yes.
Obviously a different surface, but I think he'll be used to the environment and used to the crowd, used to the occasion as well. And hopefully he gets them going early on here.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with more after this. Okay, we're going to go back down to Chris and Sophie because they have some fans from, okay, is it Qatar or is it Qatar? I like Qatar because it sounds electric. But we'll find out from them because they will know the answer. Here we go.
Can you hear them? Oh, are we on? Okay, I think we're on.
Okay, yes, we are with experts who know the answer. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, so we got to ask you guys, is it Qatar or Qatar?
Qatar. Qatar in Arabic, Qatar in English.
Qatar. Okay, we're with the Qatar fans. Tell me, you guys are a small but very mighty contingent of fans. How do you feel about your team's chances in amongst all these Canadian fans?
We are winning 3-1. 3-1. We are here to win. We are here to win.
It's going to be a good game. We are here for the game, and we just wish the best for both teams, and we're here to enjoy the game. That's it.
Awesome.
2-0 for Qatar. Go Qatar, go!
These guys have to get into the game now. They promised we'd keep it short. Good luck, but not too much luck, you guys. Have a good game.
Both of us, luck for both of us. For you guys and for us. 2-0. 2-0.
Go! It's crazy fans. They're crazy. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. Enjoy the game. Good dudes.
We really wanted it because we've been seeing the Qatari fans like here and there.
And this young Canada fan here too. Are you excited?
Yeah!
Sorry, audio guy back there. What's your name?
Ayub.
Ayub, and are you going into the game here?
I don't know. Maybe.
And what are your thoughts about the atmosphere and everybody being excited about Canada?
What does that mean?
Well, are you excited to be a part of the big party?
Yes!
All right. Well, good luck. Enjoy the game. All right, boys. Cheers. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. As you can see, not everyone has a ticket, so they're just coming down here to soak up the atmosphere. We've got Mexico fans, Qatar, another Mexico fan. How's it going?
Now their game is later on.
Everybody wants to get into that stadium early. The game starts at 3 o'clock, and yeah, they've just been this. What was that, Squire?
I said, the Mexico fans, their game is at 6 o'clock, I think. So they're pre-partying.
That is correct. Yes, Mexico is down here just soaking in the atmosphere. Their game obviously is later, but the Canadian fans continue to stream in there, 1,000-1 to Qatari fans, and it was good to finally get it straightened out how we should be saying that. Those guys said Qatar.
Qatar, I think. Qatar, or no, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to check the tape. Back to you, Squire.
Okay, thank you. If you're wondering why it looks like they're like freezing. It's not a medical issue. It's an 8-second delay. So when I talk, it takes 8 seconds to get downtown because it's all the way downtown. It's a long way to go. Okay, so before we talk a little further about one particular gentleman who's going to be playing for Canada today, let's go back to the score from earlier. This is Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina. So this is a huge win for the Swiss. So now they're +3 in goal differential after 2 games. And going back to what happens in Group B, this is why you want Canada to finish first in Group B. Because if they do, they get to stay in Vancouver. Because the round of 32 game for the winner of this group will be, those are the standings, of course, before the game between Switzerland, Bosnia, and Herzegovina. But whoever wins this group will play the round of 32 game at BC Place. If you finish second, you got to go to LA. If you finish third, you either go to Boston or San Francisco. All right, so we want Canada to score a lot of goals. We don't want Qatar to score any goals. And the guy who has to stop them ultimately is Max Crepeau.
Yeah, Max Crepeau has been very good in this tournament. Some questions about who would start for Canada coming into the World Cup. He silenced any critics with the performances in the friendlies and then against Bosnia as well, coming up with key saves. Hopefully he's not too busy in this game, but you know he'll be called upon at least a couple times in this match because Qatar can definitely hit on the counter.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it was a no-brainer who was going to play from the start, and I think Max is what a success story that is from that leg break that he had, that he missed the previous games with. The fact that he's bounced back and he's now Canada's number 1 in the World Cup, I think is fantastic. It says so much about his character as well. And the save he made, the breakaway type save again the other day, where he just, it was quite close to the end, if I'm not mistaken. A good save, and that will give him so much confidence as well.
The one thing I've noticed about Max Crepeau when he was with the Whitecaps, and he's not had a great season so far in MLS. He's not a big man for a goalie,
no.
Right? Mm-hmm. But he is aggressive.
Yes.
Very aggressive.
And very quick. You know, he's what I mean by that is as soon as there's a shot taken, he's very quick to react to that, Squire. But in terms of stature, he's not a 6'5" Craig Forrest type goalkeeper or Paul Dolan type goalkeeper coming for crosses. But his consistency is very good with the decision making that he makes. I'm touching wood when I say this, but he's very, very consistent. And from a manager's point of view, that's what you want from your players.
Yeah, I know we haven't talked about Qatar a whole lot, but the man across from him on the other side, Mahmoud Abunada, is very good for them as well.
Yes.
So, the 2 goalies going to be in for a tough competition here. And Canada, I think, is going to have to sort of maybe look for that extra pass to get around him, because when he sees the shots, he's very good and active and good at stopping those shots as well.
What do you guys expect to see today?
I think a lot of chances, hopefully, for Canada. I think they'll have a lot of the ball, 70% of the ball against Bosnia. I think they'll have similar numbers in this one. They should enjoy the ball, but they'll look to continue to put pressure on Qatar and hopefully find that first goal, that second goal, and kind of build off of that. So that's the hope anyway. I do anticipate them, having chances in this game. It's going to be up to them to capitalize on them.
Do you think Qatar's going to hang back and try to play for the 1-0 win or the draw?
Well, we're just going back to what we spoke about before, Squire, with the score line. Are you aware of the score line now?
Yeah.
Both sides are well aware of the score line.
They have to score too.
So they have to score as well. So I think that as a neutral, maybe the fans are going to be the beneficiaries of seeing a very, very entertaining, hopefully high-scoring game for the Canadian lads. But I just think we have to be guarded. We have to be well organised defensively and make sure that we don't gift anything away. In terms of set plays, we saw how dangerous they were, Qatar. We didn't clear that up, I don't think.
Sort of, not really.
But it was. But I just think that we have to defend very well from set plays, and I think we just have to be respectful of the opposition. They're not here just to lie down and say, okay, you guys are Canada, you're the home nation. Football doesn't work that way. I just think that we're right from the start, let's go for the jugular. Yeah,
you mentioned Akram Afif as well for them. It all goes through him. Yeah. Very talented player, and we've seen him. They're 2-time Asia Cup winners, so they know what they're doing.
Yes.
They earned their spot in this tournament, and after that first match against the Swiss, feel like they deserve to be here and can compete as well.
Yeah, and it'll be a big test for Alistair Johnson, who's I hate to say this, being a Glasgow Rangers man, he's played for Celtic, but he's a good defender. He's a very athletic, very aggressive player for the national team, as he is with Celtic. But he's also had a booking in the tournament, so he's got to be. It does that play in the back of his mind? But that'll be a very interesting battle to see a Fife on that left-hand side playing against Alistair Johnston.
Yeah, you know they'll match up right up against each other.
Yes,
exactly. Okay, Chris and Sophie, I think this is the final time we're going to see them. Remember, what I say takes 8 seconds to get to them. So I'm going to say, over to you guys, and count to 8.
Oh, I know the delay drives us nuts every time. It's too bad. But thank you, Squire. I know you guys are having a blast in the studio, but there is nothing like being down here on the ground, especially when the start of that fan march began at around 12:30. Just to be in the midst of that, and I know you saw a lot of people down here too, Sophie. The atmosphere and the joy and the excitement for this game is on another level, and there isn't a lot to compare it to, I think, in Vancouver history. And if they win today, there's nothing to compare it to in Canadian soccer history.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope for that. I think the other thing is Vancouver and Canada is such a multicultural country, such a multicultural city, that I mean, we've got a lot of people here who are visiting specifically for World Cup, but just locals from all over the place. You know, they're Team Canada, but they're also Team Motherland, right? Like you just feel that that tie to the homeland, your parents, your grandparents, and most people we've seen here are cheering for Canada, but we've seen people also wearing Qatari gear with Team Canada jerseys.
Mexico fans walking right behind here. Look, they're on their horses. Mexico is ready. I mean, they start early because their game isn't until 6 o'clock, but you're absolutely right. It's a multicultural affair, and it really is sharing cultures, celebrating each other's cultures in the spirit of sport. This really does transcend athletics and sports. It's a sharing of cultures and joy for that kind of thing, bringing people together. And that is what the organizers really had hoped for Vancouver. And it took a while. It was a slow burn. I think a lot of people were a little bit on the fence about it. But when you see what it's like down here on the ground and the way people have embraced it, it really does move you.
I think it was probably like that for the Olympics a little bit as well, that there was a lot of trepidation, hesitation, nervousness about what was to come. And the puppy's in on it too. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Who are you cheering for?
Canada. Okay. I think we're running up against the clock right now, but it's been awesome to be down here and be a part of it.
So fun. Chris will be at the Granville party for the News Hour. We'll be talking to you then. I grew, by the way, suddenly. So
enjoy the game, you guys. See ya.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks to Daria. Thanks to Colin and Asa, of course, as well. Half an hour to kick off.
Stay there.
Okay, we're good.